And we didn't want that to happen.
Stop it.
Hey, everyone, this is Commander Bob, and this is the amazing Wanda, formerly of the Blanco Circus. See, we've already started telling stories. Okay.
Franklin is here.
It's your turn.
Actually, I'm Amanda, and this is Kevin, and we're here to talk about the exhibition Story, which will be in the online gallery until October 13th, I believe is the date. And the juror just happens to be sitting here with us. This is Kevin Tully, and he was the juror. Do you want to talk a little bit about Story?
Well, we got some really fantastic imagery, and it's going to be fun writing all the stories. And I'm getting on that directly, and they should be out reasonably soon.
Good. That's really good to hear.
Thank you.
Well, I have to say that this is one of the best exhibits we've ever had.
It is.
I'm just really excited about this exhibit.
We got some, and they're all that we picked are perfect for story.
Story, and there's a lot we didn't pick that would have been perfect for story too.
That's right.
Yeah. So thank you all for entering. It was a good one to do, and it was hard. Yeah. It was really hard, but
it was hard.
Yeah.
But we persevered, and here we are.
Yeah.
And thank you again.
It did hurt a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you want to look at the first one? You want to do a screen share?
All right. I remember how to do that. Wait, I got to hit screen share first. Okay.
Oh, we've never done this before.
No, we've only done it 65,000 times. Okay, screen share.
There it is.
Now we got it going.
Share.
Oh, yeah. Share. And then hit this.
Okay.
And there we are. Okay.
All right. Let's go.
Okay.
So the first image we have here was the image that Kevin gave the Jurors Award to. This is called Homecoming. It's by Giannis Miglavs. Miglavs? Am I saying it reasonably correct? He's from Sherwood, Oregon. I think this is just great.
Giannis is. I think he also moved here from. Oh my goodness, I can't remember exactly what country it was now, but he's an immigrant, and his family were immigrants, and his body of work is about that. Is about being an immigrant in America, and this is just perfect. I mean, there's so much going on in this image. You got this airplane up here, and it looks like it just dropped him off, and he's coming home. So yeah, it'll be fun writing a story about this one.
Yeah, thank you. Next, we have an image by Fran Foreman. Fran lives in Watertown, Massachusetts. This is called Harlequin.
Another good one.
Yeah, lot to say about that, huh?
Yep, absolutely.
Lot to say about all of Fran's work.
Yep.
She has a great body of work. She just got accepted into Critical Mass, the top 50. So go on her website and check it out.
Way to go, Fran.
Yeah. This one, I love this. This is by Doug Testa. He's from Lebanon, New Jersey. And it's called Is That Him? We actually got to talk to Doug, and he went to a World War II reenactment.
Yeah.
And that's where he took this. So you can see everybody dressed up in their costumes. And
yeah, I'm a big Harpo Marx fan, so that works out real well.
Yeah. This image, Lawrence Manning. Lawrence is from Nampa, Indiana, and it's called Shoulder Pad, and he is part of the 27.
And Lawrence has this Crow series, and this is one of that series, and it's just a great body of work, and he's consistently working on it, and they get more exciting and interesting all the time. I love this one.
He also took a self-portrait class, and I think that's him in it. All right, thank you. So next we have an image by Susie Moore McGregor. She lives in Denver, Colorado. This is called Go Ask Alice. There's a lot going on there too.
There has been quite a bit of interest in this image online. People have loved this image.
I can see why. So this one is by Robin Boger. She lives in Newton, Massachusetts. It's entitled Was I Wrong?
This is very intimidating for me because Robin is an amazing storyteller. She shoots these images, and then she creates a poem or a story around it, and just lights the whole thing up. And so this is going to be a tough one for me.
So this image is by Rusi Singh. He lives in Houston, and it's called Wait. That's just so beautiful.
And there's a lot going on there also.
Yeah. This one is by Andrew Hersey, and he lives in Richmond, Virginia. He is part of the 27. This is called The Teetering. My 5, your 5.
This is great.
What the heck is going on?
I already have this one working in my head. I'm not going to divulge any secrets yet.
Well, what are those things?
I have no idea, but
Okay.
you'll see what they could be.
Okay, good. Thank you. This image is by Elizabeth Bailey. This is one of my favorites. She's also in the 27. It's called Remembrance, and Elizabeth lives in Los Angeles.
Yeah, very nice.
Now, there's a lot to say about that, too.
Yeah.
I think we can say that about all of these images.
Yeah, that's right.
Bill Pokenhorn. Bill lives in Calexico, California. This is called The Penitent.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said there, too.
Nice dark image. This is by Joanne Chow. She lives in Edgewater, New Jersey, and it's called Oh Dear.
Or it should have been the deer that came to dinner. It possibly will be.
You can suggest that to her. This is by Catharine Carter. She's got a couple of images in this exhibit. This one's called Open Book. She lives in Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's a really interesting image.
Yeah. This image is part of the 27. It's by Vicki Reed, who lives in Cedarburg, Wisconsin, and it's called Birdman. Well, we know who Birdman is.
Yeah, we know. That's Buzz. Wait, go back to Buzz. Yeah.
They're in the car.
I got to think about what Buzz is thinking about. It's kind of obvious, but yeah, that'll be interesting. Thanks, Vicki.
So this is another Vicki. This is Vicki Stromey. She lives in Tucson, Arizona. This is called Enigmatic Iguanas.
Vicki's got a whole body of work around these images. And I think
she's writing a children's
book that goes along with this.
Mm-hmm. She went to, where did they go?
The Galapagos.
Yeah.
Cool.
That is cool. Is that a blue-footed booby?
Booby, I think, yeah.
This is by Daphne Snitzer, who lives in Tel Aviv, Israel. And she's part of the 27. And this is, she had a hard time coming up with a name, which she changed names about 15 times. I'm telling on you, Daphne. So she came up with a really great name, and it's in French.
You hit my hand. Okay.
And I'm sorry. In French, it's called The Bird. You want to say it in French?
L'oiseau? L'oiseau? I have no idea.
Well, that's close enough.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. This image is by Carol Juror. This is also part of the 27. It's called Pot of Gold. She lives right down the street from us here in San Marcos, Texas. I love that.
Yeah, nice, Carol.
So this little guy, this is by Alejandro Cerruti. It's called Petete. You think that's how they say it?
Petete.
Petete. He lives in Rio Tercero, Argentina. And I hope you're doing good, Alejandro. He had COVID. I think he's better by now.
Hope he's better.
Yeah. This image is by Aubrey Guthrie, who lives in Hurst, Texas. It is called, goodness, Politically Incorrect.
Yeah.
I couldn't read your writing, Aubrey. He was a doctor.
Way to go, yeah.
Yeah. This is a Sally Chapman image. She's in the 27, and it's called Cosmos Sailor. She's from Lowell, Massachusetts. This is a cyanotype with pastels on it. So the pink that you see is where she's actually drawn on the paper with pastels or colored in with pastels.
And Lowell, Massachusetts was the hometown of Jack Kerouac.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
there.
Put that under your hat and think that. Yeah.
Thank you. This image is part of the 27. It's by Marcy Tilton. It is entitled Wondering.
Fascinating image to me. I mean, these dresses, you know, it's just, yeah. I'm trying to figure out what to write about that one, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This image, Jeff Lozier is the photographer. It's called What's That Noise? Jeff lives in Austin, and it is part of the 27.
Yeah, and what is the guy looking at it? Is it a piano coming off the balcony?
No,
Is it a comet?
I don't know.
Is it Godzilla?
Maybe.
There's no telling, is there?
No telling.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeff. So this is by Leanne Trivett. It's part of the 27. It's entitled Secrets. She lives in our sister city of Johnson City, Tennessee.
Yeah, I love this. It reminds me of those. I was trying to think of those illustrated books, but I can't remember what they're called now. Illustrated books.
Illustrated books, and that was Leanne. It's a self-portrait. This is an image by Sarah Trenner, and she lives in Akron, Ohio. It's part of the 27, and it's entitled Battle On. I just love this image.
Interesting, right?
She's got no written all over, and I can't wait to hear what Kevin comes up with.
Interesting.
So this cute little girl.
I love this image.
I do too. Carolyn Noor lives in Middleton, Wisconsin. It's entitled Grandmother's Garden, and it's a cyanotype, and I just love it. I love the round. Good choice.
It's beautiful.
Greg Markstrom is a photographer here. He lives in Lakeville, Minnesota. It's entitled Number 23.
That's also a very compelling image.
Mm-hmm. 23 what?
Yeah.
So this is another image by Janis Miglavs again. Sherwood, Oregon is where he's from, and it's called Fear.
Another great image from him.
Yeah. Wow. This is really cool. This is a dark image, so it may be kind of hard to see, but this is by Toby McClellan. She lives in Brooklyn, New York, and it's called The Encounter. You see the deer, and on the other side, there's the woman.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
Love that image. This is by Carla Bernstein. It is part of the 27. She lives in Newton, Connecticut, and it's entitled One Night I Dreamed, number 6. Yeah, and I can't wait to hear this story either. And this one too. This is by Mishi Wong. It's called Seize the Sea. Mishi is from San Francisco, California. That's really interesting.
It is interesting. What the heck is going on there?
Yeah. This is the Donna Dangott image. She lives in College Station, Texas. It's called Prayers Number 4.
Great image, Donna.
Yeah, it's beautiful. This one is by Melinda Rees, and it's called Floating Inside. She lives in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. We love diptychs to begin with.
Yeah, very nice diptych. Yeah.
And I mean, it tells a story just because it's a diptych.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. We have an image here by Lori Klein. Lori lives in East Providence, Rhode Island. It's part of the 27, and this is called We Were Just Water.
Wow. That's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. This image is by Sally Fuller. Sally lives in Dade City, Florida. And the title of this is, hang on, Swing for the Moon. I should have known.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a great image. So this is by Sharon Covert. It's part of the 27. It's called the Morgan.
The Morgan.
The Morgan. She lives in Tinton Falls, New Jersey. This is a self-portrait. And if you follow her on Instagram, you can see her taking pictures of herself out in the forest. And it's pretty interesting.
Right.
It doesn't look like that when she takes it. Yeah.
Very cool.
Great story there, I'm sure. This is by Tina Sexton. She lives in Murray, Kentucky. This is called Dark Journey to the Light.
Yeah, it's a nice image.
Yeah. This one, Catherine Carter. This is part of the 27. It also got the Director's Award. I got to pick that. The title of this is Shadow. She lives in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I just love that
Yeah,
image.
that's a loaded image, boy. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's going to be a good story.
Yeah, I like it.
Here we have Philip Garate. Am I going to say that right?
Where is it?
G-U-E.
Jurete, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So Philip, you'll never believe this. He's an actor. We got to talk to him, and he's great. This is called Sia, is the name of it. He lives in Burbank, California.
And I don't think the toaster was really plugged in case he had an accident.
Hopefully not. Okay. Ronald Butler. This is part of the 27. The title of this is Mummy, Put Your Needle Down. How did you feel when you were young? That's the title.
He's leading me somewhere.
He is leading you somewhere.
Where is Ron leading me? I'm not sure.
I don't know. It is a wet plate collodion image, and he lives in New York.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's great. This image is by Eric Edge Jr., who lives in Austin, Texas. It's part of the 27. It's called Vision of Purging.
The title of this should be pretty obvious, but you'll find out later. Yeah.
Kevin keeps calling it Butthead, in case you're wondering what he's
talking about. Well, you weren't supposed to give it away.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a great image, Eric.
Yeah.
So another Sarah Trinder image. She's from Akron, Ohio, and this one is entitled Hope.
That's a wonderful shot.
It is. Another hand. This is by Catharine Panabianco. This is part of the 27. She lives in Jamestown, New York. It's called Inner Sanctuary.
Great.
Catherine had one of the favorite exhibits we've ever had here.
She did.
A few years ago.
Yes, it was a tearjerker.
It was a tearjerker. She photographed her dog Benny in his last year of his life, and then she did diptychs of while he was alive and in the same places after he was gone. And oh my goodness, it was great.
Yeah.
It was really great.
Yeah.
My favorite. Thank you. So here we have Jim Turner. This is part of the 27. Jim lives in Silver Springs, Maryland. This one is called Release. He also took that self-portrait class that Lawrence took, and I think this is part of that class.
Right. I think so too.
Yeah.
These are really nice.
Yeah, these are very nice. Another hand. There's a lot of hands in here, Kevin.
I just realized that.
This is by Dale Niles. It's called So Close. It's part of the 27, and she lives in Fayetteville, Georgia, where they just finished up Slow Exposures this past weekend.
Yeah, that's a wonderful image, Dale.
Yeah. And here we have an image by Jeff Moscow. It's called Fireworks Among Friends. He lives in Washington, D.C.
I love this image.
Number two, it's got
it's very evocative.
A quality about it I can't even explain.
Yes, it reminds you of your childhood.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I was thinking Life magazine for some reason.
Well, it kind of has that what was the guy that did the illustration?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, we're too old to remember his name right
now. Y'all know. Okay. You'll never believe where this was taken. I'm pretty sure it's in Texas. This is by Pamela Stieg. She's from Weatherford, Texas. It's called Heading Home.
That's a nice shot.
That's a lot of longhorns.
Yeah, no kidding.
And they did win this weekend.
Yeah, they did.
This is by Jamie Ladish. She lives in College Station, Texas, and it is a hand-colored Onkozo image, and it's entitled Irish.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love that. So here we have an image by Justice Wayne Thomas. He lives in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's called Monuments, and it is part of the 27. And I'm anxious to hear that story too. I'm
anxious to figure that one out. I'll have to figure out a way to get the Mississippi River involved in that story somehow.
He had that adventure, but I don't think that has anything to do with this.
I can't see the river, can you? But you don't necessarily have to see it. We can just imply it.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Thank you.
This image is by Carlos Alejandro. He lives in Yorkland, Delaware. It is part of the 27, and it's called No Matter Where You Go.
Beautiful, beautiful image. It really is. And that's very compelling to me, and I can't exactly put my finger on it.
It is a hard one to pin down, isn't it?
Yeah.
That house looks like Monopoly to me.
It kind of does.
Yeah. So this image is by Bill Horton. He lives in Boulder, Colorado. and it's entitled After Five.
That fits perfectly in the story. I mean, what the heck is going on in those apartments there?
Well,
you never know.
You never know.
Well,
yeah, this is a great story one too. This is by Jason Tannen. It's called Lobby. He lives in Chico, California.
Yep. A lot of stuff happened in that lobby.
Yeah. And here, it's by Kathy Fawcett. It's called Looking into the Future. She lives in Monahans, Texas. It's great.
Way to go, Kathy. Are you waiting on me? Okay.
I'm waiting for the future. Okay, this image is by Forrest Kelly. He lives in Lexington, Kentucky. It's called When It Was Starting to Be Discussed.
That's a really nice image.
And a great title.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we have a couple of clowns. This is by Candace Biggerstaff. She lives in Ashland, Oregon. It's part of the 27, and it's called Snack Time. So Candace has photographed the circus a lot.
Right. And she used to work in the movie business.
She did.
So what I'm concerned about is what is over here. Huh?
I don't know.
Well, we're going to find out.
See, there's some more green down there.
Yeah. So what is
another
that?
Costume.
You never know.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the end?
No.
Oh, I think it is. Oh, no. Okay.
Almost. This is an image by Sue Miglavs. I probably said your name wrong, Sue. It's called Free Float. She lives in Camden, Maine.
That's really nice.
It's a little spooky.
Really nice.
This is the last one.
Okay.
This is by Mary Catherine Mesner. She lives in New York, but she's moved to Chicago soon. This is called Lone Canoe. I think it was shot in Brazil. We talked to her.
I think that's right.
I think it's in Brazil.
I think that's right. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that too. Beautiful.
Look, she shoots Venice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
Venice. No. Okay.
So we made it through all.
What else? What do we do next?
Well, there's one more.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this Saturday coming up is World Cyanotype Day. So in 2015, A. Smith Gallery and Judy Sherrod, who was the instigator of this whole thing,
and Shootapalooza,
and all the citizens in Johnson City, well, not all of them, but a lot of them, showed up, and we made the world's largest cyanotype at the time. Yeah. It was 30 feet by
30 feet wide and 90 feet long.
Yeah.
And the fire department came out to wash it down. And Amanda's standing right over here. And that's me right there.
Well, that's me. Here, wait a minute.
Huh?
Hang on. This is me. My body laying on it.
Okay. Yeah. And that's Bruce Springsteen.
That's a lie. Anyway, it was fabulous. We had a great time doing it.
It was incredible.
And
it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. Yeah. I think it was just so wonderful.
So it was the first World Cyanotype Day, and it's been celebrated the last Saturday of September ever since. So on Saturday, you need to get out and make something blue. And
if you're near the Griffin, you need to go see the Shootapalooza show that's up at the Griffin right now.
It's a really good exhibit.
And it's a very good exhibit. Amanda and I have work in there, and a lot of the folks that were on here have work in there.
Yes, they do.
All right.
And I think that's all we know.
I think that is.
So thank you so much for listening to us.
Thank you, everybody.
And thank you for all your support.
Thanks for entering and supporting the gallery. And happy fall.
Happy fall.
Although it's 100 degrees here today.
Yes, it is 100 degrees here today.
It will cool down relatively soon. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Adios, everybody. Bye-bye. How do we turn this off?